time to wipe off your thoughts about Superman being the most powerful and strong superhero in the DC universe, because the cosmic armor Superman thought robot is here to steal the show. Essentially, this character used to be a robot deity with a constant need to break the fourth wall, which established him as the very concept of heroism. Cosmic armor Superman made his first appearance in Final Crisis Superman Beyond Volume 1, Number 2, and simply embodied everything we could possibly love about the comic book fandom. By far, this version of Superman is the most powerful ever witnessed, to the point that he became the perfect character to show up in one of the multiversal romps by Grant Morrison, who created the character along with Doug Mahnke. Cosmic Armor Superman, a thought robot, is created when Superman and Ultraman, a member of the crime syndicate, are fused together. After speaking directly to the reading audience, this new being eventually defeats Mandrak by overpowering all previous representations of the character in terms of raw power. Although he was quickly neutralized afterwards, this Superman had almost unimaginable power during his brief appearance. This video will delve into how this character brought the brink of hope back into fiction by being the perfect distillation of heroism who managed to maintain and preserve the balance of the universe. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. What exactly is the Cosmic Armor Superman? Cosmic Armor Superman is the ultimate defender of all universes and possesses a vast array of powers and abilities. He also holds vast knowledge and understanding of the universe and its functionality, which helps him sense or even perceive events from greater distances. Not only this, Cosmic Armor Superman is able to manipulate reality and holds a firm grasp on world alternation. Compared to the regular version, Cosmic Armor Superman can achieve this reality change on a scale far beyond. His nature and extent of powers, however, vary depending on different storylines. The character appears in a suit with blue accents and a red cape. The suit is designed to protect Superman and enhance his abilities, and you can say that it is pretty much indestructible. The suit has a helmet that holds a distinctive energy visor. Cosmic Armor Superman also has a more muscular and imposing physique, which emphasizes on his vast power and abilities. The all-powerful robot deity was built by the Monitors to protect the multiverse from the ultimate evil Mandrak. Cosmic Armor Superman is powered by the combined energy of Superman and Ultraman, and is fueled by memories, symmetry, duality, and all possibilities and probabilities, which is why Cosmic Armor Superman is referred to as the Thought Robot. These are basically just two terms that can refer to the same entity and can be used interchangeably, but the Thought Robot is set to exist in 4 dimensions, and since we can only perceive 3 dimensions, that means that the Thought Robot is untethered by the bounds of the multiverse, meaning that he's quite literally a day beyond multiversal level. The timelines and the sphere of gods explained. The Cosmic Armor Superman only has one appearance that we are aware of in all of DC Comics, and that's the Superman Beyond tie-ins to the Final Crisis event, which is more or less 2 years long. The Final Crisis itself is one of the most difficult comics to explain, and it's written by Grant Morrison, who is pretty much famous for writing comics that are hard to comprehend. One of the things that Grant Morrison is particularly obsessed with is the vast concept of the DC multiverse. So this arc should come as no surprise. In order to understand the Cosmic Armor Superman, it is essential to understand the multiverse itself. As long as the physical makeup of the multiverse is concerned, the first thing to be understood is that there are 52 individual universes existing simultaneously within the multiverse. Even though there are certain characteristics that these universes have in common, like having different versions of the same people on each of them, there are also innumerable factors that make these universes stand out from each other. For example, the mainline DC universe that we're familiar with through modern DC Comics is designated within the multiverse as Earth Zero, or Earth Prime. This is the universe where Kal-El came to Earth as the last survivor of the planet Krypton and was raised by Jonathan and Martha Kent in Smallville, where he later became the mighty Superman. This is also the universe where a young Bruce Wayne witnessed his parents getting murdered in a crime alley in Gotham City and decided that it was reasonable to beat up people in the middle of the night as Batman. The universe designated as Earth 33, on the other hand, is the universe universe that represents the one that we live in right now, where people do not have powers and all the superheroes only exist in comic books, movies and television. So 52 of these Earths exist within the multiverse, and they're held together by a force or energy called the bleed, which basically takes up all the space between the universes. It can be said that if the different universes in the DC universe are bricks, the bleed is the mortar between these bricks that holds them together. Now, outside of these 52 universes, which together make up something called the Ori of Worlds, wherein lies the sphere of the gods, which in turn houses celestial worlds, like heaven. Who are the Monitors? The entire concept of the Monitors exists beyond the sphere of the gods. It is separated by a realm known as the Limbo, which exists beyond our concepts of memory and matter. It is really critical to understand how powerful the cosmic armor Superman is. In reality, the Monitor was just a guy who simply looked after the entire multiverse. He also had a counterpart called the Anti-Monitor, who oversaw the antimatter universe. However, both of these characters were basically killed off during the original Crisis on the Infinite Earths event back in the 1980s. Now, following this, the origin was completely changed, so that there was originally an entity only known as the Over-Monitor, who had discovered the multiverse along with the bleed. After a while, he basically divided himself into smaller entities called the Monitors, each of which was tasked with watching over one of the 52 universes. Now, the first of these Monitors was named Dax Novu, who would later take a wife among the other Monitors named Zilo Vala. Later, the two of them would have a son named Nix Uotan. After some time, when Dax Novu realized that the Monitors could actually feed on the multiverse like a parasite, which could lead to the destruction of the entire multiverse, he revealed this information to the other Monitors, who locked him away in a tomb. This transformed him into a villain, who became known as the infamous Mandrak. Mandrak became the Dark Monitor, who was basically a vampire feeding off the life force of the multiverse itself. When the Mandrak escapes from his tomb, we are introduced to the possibility of a cosmic armor Superman with the help of Dax Novu's wife, Zilo Vala. When Zilo Vala successfully recruits Superman, he soon finds out that Zilo has recruited every other Superman from all over the multiverse. In their team is Overman from Earth 10, a reality where the Nazis won World War II, Captain Atom of Earth 4, Shazam or Billy Batson from Earth 5, and most notably Ultraman of Earth 3, which is home to the Crime Syndicate of America. Zilo basically formed an evil Justice League. Exploring the entire comic book story arc of Cosmic Armor Superman. The tale of Cosmic Armor Superman's creation began when a certain individual with a Monitor-like hairdo defeated a Colossus, who was styled as Superman. The sound of Superman's defeat elated the Monitor-like thing. On the other hand, at the Metropolis Memorial Hospital, a worried Clark Kent is sitting next to his wife's bed. Time stops when he realizes that he was willing to do literally anything and everything to save her, and right then, Monitor Zilo Vala appears to him and offers a deal. If Superman agreed to help, she would save Lois's life, but in case he chose to refuse the offer, all of existence would be destroyed. Superman encounters Captain Marvel, who is from Earth 5, Overman, who is from Earth 10, and Captain Atom in Zilo Vala's ship called the Ultima Thule from Earth 4. Superman witnesses the arteries and the bleed between universes when the Ultima Thule is attacked. As they fly past it, he also notices Echo of Midnight, a massive ship with eyes resembling a death ray. Ultraman, who hails from the antimatter universe, attacks the ship right that instant. Echo of Midnight perishes as soon as they enter Earth 6 reality and starts to crash. Zilo Vala begs all the heroes to direct the Demolisher to the terrestrial cemetery in Universe 51 in an effort to save lives. As Superman, Captain Marvel and Ultraman battle to keep the wicked freak flying in the air, Captain Atom enters the navigation computer and Overman transports Zilo Vala to the hospital. Furthermore, the Ultima Thule enters a mysterious world of abandoned cities and massive craters as it travels through the multiverse. There, Ultraman engages in a disagreement with his fellow allies, specifically Captain Atom. To go on with a normal conversation, Captain Atom needed medication to dull his quantum senses. They learn that the universe is not empty, but rather that the King of Limbo, popularly known as the Merry Man, ruled over some heroes who were no longer remembered. Limbo is stagnant. Nothing happens there, but if one lingers in limbo for very long, their memories are lost, which results in them no longer being remembered by their respective worlds. Nevertheless, Superman is highly motivated to explore Limbo, where he stumbles upon the Library of Limbo, containing a book which appears unreadable as it is bound with endless pages. Captain Marvel and Superman both realize that the book must have some important details that would help them out of Limbo, so they attempt to convince the book to go on the ship with them. In return, the book narrated the tale of the existence of monitors prevailed, thus revealing Mandrak's prophecy, which was bound to lead to the destruction of all existence. The ending of this story shocks both the heroes, transforming Captain Marvel into Billy Batson, who has the power to access a mere fragment of the wisdom the great Solomon had, which foretells what is most despised will save the most loved. When he returned to the ship, he was met with the court of Limbo, who concluded that some solution was actually possible, and the only way to escape Limbo was with the help of the Ultima Thule. But unfortunately, they get trapped in Limbo, which forces Superman to leave them behind while they keep pounding the entrance of the portal. With Billy losing his powers, Captain Atom becomes incomprehensible when his quantum senses come kicking in. They find that Zilo Vala has been resuscitated by sucking Overman's blood when they enter her room. This effort was in vain, because Mandrak, who was the Dark Monitor, was in control of Echo of Midnight and also possessed a more powerful weapon. When they look outside, a colossal machine arrives, completely shattering Limbo's sky, while Ultraman screams, holding the infinite book, saying that ultimately evil will win. It soon unraveled that Mandrak's corrupting strength drove Ultraman insane, which provoked a conflict among the residents of Limbo, resulting in a fight. Overman and Billy Batson overhear Monitor Zilo Vala warning everyone that Mandrak is rising. When Overman tries to murder the Monitor, Billy stops him and asks him to heed Zilo's warning. Zilo, who is inspired by Billy's insight, serves to remind him of the magical term that he uses to summon his powers. Right in time for Ultraman to touch Superman and destroy both of them, Captain Marvel makes a triumphant comeback. Captain Atom explains to Superman his new insight into reality, which states that two creatures with seemingly disparate characteristics are originally symmetrical. While all of this keeps happening, Captain Marvel is instructed by Superman to board the Ultima Thule and return back to the multiverse. So when these two creatures are combined together, a new type of creature is formed, which is actually a robot fueled by opposing nature. Superman agreed to test out his hypothesis, but it was in exchange for some of Captain Atom's blood that would help save Lois's life. This led Captain Atom to combine Ultraman and Superman, aka the hate crime, with the selfless act. Then they were sent to Nil, which was a stronger realm of existence and the home of all monitors. The combined version of Ultraman and Superman became a unit of absolutely pure thought, and thus resulted in the formation of a cosmic thought robot made by Monitor Dax Novu as a weapon against the impending darkness. Superman's innately strong willpower allowed him to gain full control over his combined form. When he landed in Nil, Monitor Ouija Del, who was the lover of Uotan, led him to the Monitor's castle, where he finally understood the ultimate secret pertaining to the multiverse, revealing that originally it was the Monitors who were celestial parasites in reality. These vampire deities have completely emptied out happiness by feeding on the bleed for sustenance. They only captured Dax Novu as he successfully showed their real colours to them. When Mandrak aims for his last attack, Superman flies in to confront him. The fight becomes fiercer when Mandrak keeps mocking Superman over the impending demise of his wife. Zilo Vala reminds Superman to persevere by motivating him about his heritage as the son of Krypton, before even realising with a broken heart that in reality she was his former lover. Mandrak brutally murdered Zilo. With his reinvigorated vigor, Superman attacks Mandrak and casts him into the endless void that envelops the Nil, never to be seen again. After the fight, Superman appears in front of a huge gravestone and scribbles the words, "To be continued." The cosmic robot version of Superman is destroyed a short while later, and he and Ultraman are split up and sent flying back to Limbo, where they defeat Mandrak's soldiers and save its inhabitants. Later, Superman is joined by Captain Marvel and Overman to finish off Mandrak. In the meantime, a monitor by the name of Rox Ogama, who was expelled for endorsing Mandrak's actions, found Ultraman. Ogama, the new Mandrak who converted Ultraman into his brand new vampirical Superman following the defeat of his master, inherited the vampire powers and energies of his fallen master. Mandrak is preparing a sinister act of retaliation against Superman. During all this fiasco, Clark comes back to his world and eventually time begins to pass. It was later revealed that the monitors were wrong, and they were not the only individuals capable of stopping the bleed. In reality, it was Superman who managed to stop the bleed and contain it within his own body, which he later hands over to Lois through a romantic kiss. Just a few minutes later, Lois wakes up to hug Clark Kent and reveals how she now remembers Superman's quest as a beautiful dream to pen down and interact with the entire world. With this, Clark had to leave to get on with continuing the good fight before he assured his wife about his enthusiasm to hear her entire story. How powerful is the Cosmic Armor Superman? The Cosmic Armor Superman, or the Thought Robot, is literally described as a plot device. The robot, which is made entirely of pure thought, responds to the strength and power of an adversary by boosting its own to always overcome danger. It can repair any physical harm and manipulate its body towards this function, growing more robust and even larger in the face of formidable threats. He is significantly stronger than the regular version of the character and can lift or move objects of immense size and weight with ease due to his super strength. This version of the character can release and control powerful energy beams from his eyes and hands, which are capable of causing massive destruction. It also possesses spatial and trans-dimensional awareness, enabling it to resist attempts at dimensional and plot manipulation. Being unrestricted by the limitations of other beings throughout the multiverse, its strength and speed are unmatched and allow it to literally hold Limbo within the palm of its hand. All of these advantages come with absolutely no weaknesses, because the Cosmic Armor Superman is built to deal with any threats to the multiverse and itself. It has the power to single-handedly defeat them and emerge victorious. This high-concept version of DC's greatest superhero hasn't made any more appearances because of his omnipresent and overpowered nature. It would take a very intricate storyline pertaining to the crisis on Infinite Earth to truly portray how casually he interacts with different universes and realities. Due to his esoteric nature, even within the comic books, it is therefore unlikely that this particular version of the Man of Steel will be seen outside of them anytime soon. Cosmic Armor Superman is literally the guy who possesses the power to do anything, whatever it is that he wants or needs to do at any given point of time. He is an omniversal powerful being akin to God himself. Let us know in the comment box below about your thoughts and opinions on the almighty Thought Robot, aka Cosmic Armor Superman. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.